create a progress report for your students, either the entire class or one or two students, first go to your gradebook tab, look at your list of classes, and decide which one you want to use. I'm going to create them in the first class here. In my environmental science class, I'm going to click on scores on the left. And now I can see all of my assignments. If I scrolled over here, they would all be in here. But what we're concentrating on now is by clicking on scores below on the left, the selections under reports has changed, and you will see progress reports as one of the choices. Now, my choice can be all the enrolled students in that class, or it can be selected students, in which case if I click here, I will get the names of all of the students. I can check the ones that I do want to do the report for. I'm going to cancel out because I'm going to show you the third choice, students with specific averages less than or equal to 70 might be my struggling students, so I may want them to receive this specialized report. If I click next down below, I come to the next page on the wizard, and I choose what I want at the top of my progress report. Name is important. Local identifier is not. That's just a number we use to keep track of the students. Address may or may not be important to you. House may be important to you. If you pick any of these choices, you do need to go into the magnifying glass and pick from here. Why don't we put the address back on as our choice, and then we OK it. We go down to the next page of the wizard, and it can come up either all, or it might come up with not all, but you pick what you really want. If you want all of the assignments, which would be the missing ones, as well as the grades for all of the assignments throughout the term, just check your term, pick the one that applies for the date that you're doing it, and your category would be all, or the category would just say assignments. If you have put in many assignments, you may see many category assignments, you may see the list here, but you usually want all of them. If you only want missing assignments to show up, you just click on missing, give the student a heads up, please get these in, the due date is coming, or halfway through the term. If you just want any of these others failed, dropped, or selected ones, if you do selected, it will give you a list of all of the assignments that you have given that term, and you can pick just the ones you want. I find obviously all to be the best because the students get the good news of their great scores that they got on the ones they completed, as well as the list of missing or failed assignments, not just selected ones, because then I really need to go through and select each student and select the ones I wanted them to see. I can do, if I've grouped my grades by categories, I can click here and it'll give me the homework category, the quiz category, the project category, whatever categories I've created in this gradebook. It will give me a term, the average for the entire term to date, and the overall one. The overall one in term 1 is obviously going to match term 1, but it won't match it in other terms. We've made our choices. We're going to do all assignments. So let's click next. I have a choice about writing a personalized message. I can say something like this: dear student, here is a progress report of your grades to date. I typed this in. It wasn't here. It was actually in from the last time I made a progress report. I am happy to work with you at lunch or any other time that works for you. Thank you, teacher. I can customize this. I can put, if I'm only doing one student's progress report, I might want to put the student's name there, but it is going to show up on all of the ones I'm running, so generic Dear Student works best. I can show the attendance or not show the attendance summary, and you have to watch the start date as of the first day of the school year or the first day of the term. Usually you do want to show the school term. I'd leave that checked. Your class name, and I have a choice about putting the teacher name or not. If I click here, it gives me a chance to put my own name in here. Remember that box where I wrote the letter to the student? If I want that included, I click here and I include the signature line. If I want a custom page header, I can put something here. Please note, and that would show up at the top. Now notice my next has grayed out because I'm going to come to the last page and I'm going to go to finish. Here are my progress reports for the students. This is a PDF printer. I can pick my printer that I want to send my messages to, my progress reports to, by clicking on the printer. This is the closest printer to me, but of course I have all my other choices because I can print anywhere in the school. I can click print now and I will have print copies of them. X2 can be set up to email these reports to the parents because it has the contacts and their email address. In this case, my only choice this term in this school system was to print it and then hand it to the students, so I can use that as my midterm report, or I can actually use it to print out one student's information and take it to a meeting where I'll be talking with parents and teachers, like an IEP meeting, or I can just review it with the student. The student can see all of the grades all of their time once the teachers have released them, but having a print copy in front of you for a discussion and a reminder note is always helpful. So you can save this report. Although it's not necessary, you can save it so that you could refer back to it if somebody said, "What did it say? It never got home." You can print it again if you save it. My suggestion is if you are going to send it home at a later date, I would wait till the later date to run the report because it may have substantially different information on it, and you want to be current. That's the idea, real-time information. So that concludes how to run a progress report in X2.